all too often, we spend our lives, I think, not so much incongruent with our values, but maybe you can relate to this. Do you think that some of last year you didn't spend enough time doing the things that you loved doing? Right? Because we're busy, we've got lots on, workload is relentless sometimes, and if we're not really careful, as the days and the weeks and the months go by, we notice that we're not spending as much time as we might like with the people we love. Maybe there are hobbies. I love writing music, and if I'm not careful, I don't spend quite enough time producing, writing music. What about your health, right? Is exercise a big part of your life, but maybe the last few weeks you haven't done it quite enough? It happens all the time. So now what I would encourage you to do is to think less about goals, but now about lifestyle. Even if you achieve your goals, if your lifestyle isn't what you want, again, is that success? Probably not. So again, go back to your values. You can, if you want now, to do a brainstorm, thinking back to maybe last year or the last quarter. What would you like to do more of? Just start, stop, more, less can help. What are the things you want to start doing that you're not already doing? What are the things you want to do more of? What are the things you want to stop doing? What are the things you want to do less of? Again, not just work, but personal life as well. And once you've done that, now you can start to design your ideal lifestyle, thinking not top down, but bottom up. So the next exercise I might encourage you to do is identify what would a great day look like. I don't mean a day off. I mean, as a default, as a standard-ish day, what would a really great one likely include for you, right? I don't know, some examples. Do you want to be checking your phone first thing before you get out of bed? How many times do you want to check your phone each day throughout the course of an average day? What's your relationship with email and how many times you've opened your email inbox? Does your work day finish at 5, 6, or are you still working at 8 or 9 o'clock? And are you cool with that? Is that something you've designed? Are you still on your phone in the last 60 minutes before you go back to bed? What about exercise, fitness? What does your lunch break look like on a normal day? How do you spend your mornings? What's your morning routine? You don't have to be routine, but have you thought about these sort of things? And have you started to make small changes to make more likely that your days become more in accordance with what you would like them to look like and to feel like? This is about designing your experience, isn't it? Your ongoing experience, your subjective experience, but one that you can, again, influence just like your future, right? You're becoming, again, you're creating and demonstrating greater agency, not just by identifying where you want to be going, and the pursuit of goals is important for sure, but now thinking about what do you want tomorrow to feel like? It's just as important, maybe even more so. So again, what does your perfect day look like? Think about all that stuff I've just mentioned and whatever else is important to you. Okay, once you've done that, what about your week? What does your ideal or perfect week look like? Seeing friends, going on a date, reading, learning. I have no idea what your perfect week looks like, but you probably can get a sense of it, right? Even if it's just acknowledging weeks that don't really work that well for you. Design it. You don't have to calendarize it yet, but just get an idea of your ideal week. Now, this is also important to include work tasks. For example, all too often when I help people work smarter, a lot of that is about prioritization. And I think many of us acknowledge there are high value tasks and activities, such as goal setting, that we don't spend enough time doing, right? So when you think about weeks, there might be activities there, such as, I don't know, coaching your team. If you have a team, then if you notice that you don't spend enough time with one-to-one conversations, helping them become more competent, capable, autonomous, then maybe that's something for your weeks, maybe every Monday. You get the picture, right? Creating a default diary is what we're talking about. So again, pause the video, spend time in your day, but now spend time in your week. And now, you probably guessed this, month. What does your ideal month look like? Now, this is not an exercise in going, right, on the first day of the month this, on the second day of the month this. Of course it isn't. It's identifying there are certain activities, behaviors, tasks even, that probably should happen at least once a month. If you think about business, that could be half a day spent improving systems and processes, improving best practices, right? I mean, if we all spent a bit more time doing that, there'd be less inefficiencies in life. But What about creative goals? Again, me and my writing of music. I need at least one day in the studio every month, or I don't feel as fulfilled, as congruent as I would with that. So what about you? What would your ideal month look like? Are there long weekends? Are there gigs? Are you going to shows, going to the theatre? What else is important to you? Again, going back to your values, right? Design now your ideal month simply by identifying the things that you would love to do every 4 weeks or so.